Now we are going to complete a circle map. A circle map is going to help us with some of the new ideas that we just learned about the government. What are some things that you can brainstorm and tell me about the government that you just learned? Yes.
A government is a group of people.
A government is a group of people. Very good. What else can you tell me about the government? Yes.
In the United States, the government for the country is called the federal government.
Okay. In the U.S., tell me about the government. Yes.
There are federal, state, and local governments.
There are federal, state, and local governments. Very good. Let's keep it going. What else can you tell me? Yes.
Every country has a government.
Every country has a government. Let me ask you a question on that one. Every country has a government, yes, but do you think it runs exactly how the U.S. runs?
No.
No. Every country's government runs different, okay? What else can you tell me about the government? Yes.
The police enforce the laws.
Very good. The police enforce, and who can tell me how they do that? How do they do that? Yes.
They can give people, if they break the law, they can give people tickets or they can go behind bars.
Very good. Breaking the law has consequences, such as ticket or court. And that's how the police enforce the laws. Anything else? Yes.
Laws help the government keep order.
Laws help the government keep order. And as we said, every country has their own government, but it is not run the same as the U.S. government. Every country's government is run differently. They also enforce it differently as well, okay? So again, our lesson today was to really just gather all of your ideas about what we learned about the government. Our central idea today is the government. These are our details about the government that we learned today, all right? Today in our small group, we are reading Paul Revere's Ride. It says our genre is historical fiction. The story is set in the past and in a real place. The events could have really occurred in the past. The dialogue is natural to the past and may be based on primary sources. At least one character faces a conflict or problem. The setting is very important to the story, and we know that because we're looking at historical fiction, okay? So it's basically fiction with history behind it. We're here, and we're going to read together. We're looking at the introduction here. The author has already given us a map of the 13 colonies, What does that mean? This illustration is going to somehow relate to what the text is saying. Let's read. It was the year 1775. The British people living in America did not live in states then. Instead, they lived in 13 colonies. What year is this?
1775.
How many colonies? 13. Very good. The British king ruled the colonies. Many Americans did not like his rule, so they fought to be on their own without a king. So the author is showing you a picture of a king who was ruling at this time. That's King George III. So now you can see how this photograph relates to the text. Okay? You can see the 13 colonies here are Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And they are all along the Atlantic Ocean. You see it here? Okay? Here is a picture. This is most likely Paul Revere. These Americans were called patriots. Paul Revere was a patriot. He made a famous ride to help the colonies become free. He put himself in danger to help other people. So a patriot is someone who fights for their country. They fight and they love their country and they will want the best for their country. Chapter 1, and then I see a heading here. It says, A Nation Fights Back. It was an exciting day in the barn. It's the 4th of July, said the large older horse named Jacob. Today is Independence Day. 10 years ago today, the United States was born, said Jacob. Let me tell you how I helped my owner, Mr. Revere. We were there at the beginning. And we're going to go on to this page right here. It was April 18th, 1775. We were living in Boston, Massachusetts. Another patriot, Dr. Joseph Warren, asked for Mr. Revere to come to his office. He had something important to tell Mr. Revere. So again, it goes back to that important date in time in 1775. And where was it? Where was it? Yes. Boston, Massachusetts. Very good. The British soldiers are moving towards Lexington, said Dr. Warren. They're going to arrest Samuel Adams and John Hancock, he added. These are the two men having the conversation. These men are important leaders in our fight for freedom, said Mr. Revere. You must ride to Lexington tonight to warn them, said Dr. Warren. You will need to warn our soldiers in Concord too. So why is he going to Lexington? Yes.
To warn in Concord,
Concord is a place, but yes, he is going to warn them. Next page. Mr. Revere wanted to let other patriots know the British were coming too. He and another patriot made a plan. They would put lights in the highest church tower in Boston for all to see. Little did I know at the time, but I was going to help them as well. How do the pictures on page 9 help you understand Paul Revere's plan? Yes?
That one light knew they were coming overland, that two lights knew they were coming by boat.
Exactly. The photograph is basically giving you an illustration of what the words are actually saying in the text, which is Paul Revere's plan. Okay?
Mr. Revere hopped on my back. I had to make sure he got to Lexington safely. I got